Hey guys, what's up? Shroomy Sean, just touching base. Gonna talk to you a little bit about Jesus today because I understand what he was talking about, and when it comes to understanding the truth, it's really kind of it's a confusing thing because life is said to be the divine mystery. Okay, so most philosophical and religious thought systems eventually arrive at the conclusion that life as humans understand it is an illusion. And that's like the most confusing thing. And it's because if life as humans understand it is an illusion, then what really is it? Life isn't life. If it's an illusion, it's death. And in order for eternity to exist, there must be time. In order for there to be good, there must be evil. And in order for there to be truth, there must be an illusion. So when Jesus was talking about the one will come and guide everyone to the truth, what he was talking about is there's going to be someone like him who understood it. You can totally tell the greatness of Jesus by understanding what he was saying. And when you understand what he was saying, the truth rises up inside of you and you become one with him and you become Christ in your own right. And a lot of people start to feel like that, and then they go, whoa, everybody believes, that Jesus was divine and he didn't even have a father of this world. He was the Immaculate Conception, and there's no way I could be like him because I had a normal mom, I had a normal dad, and I've done wrong in my life. I've made mistakes, and he was perfect. He didn't ever make any mistakes, and he was like way better than I could ever be. But that's the lie. Because the truth was Jesus was a normal person who came into understanding of truth, and that's why the people said, is that not the carpenter's son? And that's the real thing, is that Jesus was a normal person. He understood the truth so well and so simply that he could explain it. He could explain it clearly and simply, and he could dispel the deceptions and the confusion. And he was a great teacher, but he always said, don't call me a teacher because there are no teachers. And what that means is your life is your teacher. You learn through your entire life on what you should and should not do, what you should and should not say, how you should interact with other people. And Jesus was unconditionally loving, and you can totally see that in all of his messages and his way of being is be accepting, be forgiving, be kind, be compassionate, be tolerant, don't judge others lest ye be judged, seek and you will find. And basically it's believe in yourself. God, you are God's child. We're all God's children. And when we truly understand that, when we truly, truly understand it at the deepest level of our being, then we know that there's nothing to be afraid of. And we know that the deceivers are the ones who are telling you, watch out, you're going to be deceived. Because God says there's nothing to fear. God says, don't worry. There's nothing for you to fear because I am with you. There you go. It's when I read the Bible and stuff, and I talk to people about this, and I tell them, hey, I'm basically the Christ of this time because I understand the truth, and I'm bringing it to you. I am an embodiment of unconditional love, and I am trying to share my knowledge and my truth with you without fear of rejection, without fear of non-acceptance, without, I don't need anybody to accept me. I accept myself, and I will speak this truth regardless of whether anybody denies me or ridicules me or mocks me, and I will keep testifying this truth because I feel like that's my right and that's what I'm here in this life to do. And I never would have been one who thought they could talk about this stuff. And after my motorcycle accident, in which I crashed my motorcycle and I ruptured my intestines and I was dying there on the table, I woke up somewhere else. I wasn't even in my body anymore. And it was like I could see my body on a hospital room table. And I knew that I wasn't in the world anymore. And I had this overwhelming feeling, this moment of clarity where I knew that I still had something left to do. Like I had not done what I came into the world to do up until that point. And I was like, wow, I've lived a totally normal life, and I lived the life that everybody lives. You know, I had a job, I had friends, I had an apartment, I had a nice car, I had all of these things, you know, that busy stuff that are truly when you get to the end of your life, you can look at all of the things that you accumulated throughout your life, and all of the things that you did for self-gain and for appreciation, for others to appreciate you, and basically they're all ego values and ego pursuits, and you can look at those things and you'll go, wow, I was just all about self-gain my whole life. I never really did anything for anyone. And you'll go, man, I wish I could do it again. And then bam, you reincarnate. So I got really lucky that I was able to come back to my body, because in that moment where I woke up in the hospital, before that moment, when I woke up outside of the world, outside of my body, I became aware of all of this. And I said, I'm not ready yet. There's still something I want to do. And then the hospital room where my body was, it came in front of me like it was on TV. And it got closer and closer and closer. And then suddenly, boom, I was back in my body. And then it was so hard to describe what I had just experienced, that sudden awareness that everything I had done in my whole life was unimportant, you know, up until that point. And then I just started crying because I couldn't explain to all my normal friends what I had just experienced. It was such a moment of transcendental awareness that it was beyond words. It was what's called ineffable, something that can be experienced but not really explained. And then I came back to my body, and it took me like 20 more years to really process all of that information and put it into a useful stream of words, to just let everybody know that the world, basically, it traps us. It traps us in a state of busyness, and where we're like going around in circles, and the things that we do don't really matter. And there's something important that we should be doing, and that's waking each other up, and we should be sharing the true sacraments of that were given to us by our Creator, so that we could, grow in spirit. And these are what are called entheogens. The term psychedelic it comes from two Greek words. It's psyche and delos. Psyche is soul and delos is manifest. And so we can manifest our souls and grow our souls, and become fully grown in spirit. And most of us never ever do that. And the reason for that is simple, is because the organized religions of the world and the governments of the world have hidden those things from us and prevented us from having those things that are created for us by our Creator, and they were a part of the grand design. But those who lead the world, who seek power and control, mind control and thought control and all of these things, they have hidden those things from us. And there's a reason for that, and it's because they want to keep us as slaves. And so it's super important that we overcome the confliction and the misdirection and the propaganda, basically, that that they have said, because cigarettes, alcohol kill more people nearly every year than foreign wars put together. And more people die from those smoking related and drinking related problems than have ever died from any psychedelics. And I just want to tell you real quick that I have experienced the highest state of consciousness from psychedelics, and it gave me the same type of experience that I had when I had my out of body experience from the surgery. And it has helped me like purge out this evil parasite that was inside of me, and basically my fake self, my ego. It has helped me purge that, and because of that, I have overcome my sickness and my pain. And I truly believe 100% that that is what we are here to do, is to overcome like a sickness in ourself. And if we can truly do that, then when it comes time for us to leave this world, we'll be ready to leave this world. Because when I experienced death on that motorcycle, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to leave the world, and I came back. And if my body was dead, then I would have either came back to a corpse and been dead, or I would have reincarnated, depending on what your belief system is. Either one of those isn't probably a good thing, because if you reincarnate, then you start all over again, and you have to do it all over again, and your slate's wiped clean, and you have to start back from square one, and all of the things that you've learned through your life are gone, and you have to do it all over again, and all suffer all over again. And you know, so when it comes down to it, you'd be better off if you're ready, you know. And Jesus's message was for us to be ready. And so when you truly understand him, you understand everything, and that's the great thing. All right, good luck.